You went to Brown, is that correct?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Taking acting classes at Brown or in that, gonna be in that scene, what was it that like resonated with you about that? And do you feel like that's kind of shown itself in other facets now, whether that's in podcasting or your job, etc.?
Yeah, that's a great question. Being in front of people and doing something, in a way, it's kind of like attention seeking. It's not necessarily all positive, but in a way, like I kind of liked that type of energy. I also like the storytelling aspect of it. There's like a
Mm,
character, the character is going through some sort of challenge and needs to take actions in order to overcome those challenges. And
yeah.
I just found that to be like very interesting, and also being able to step into a character's shoes and understand like the inner working of that character and tell the story through that. The buzzword here is empathy, of course. That's
That's
how I
awesome.
discuss acting in a job interview. It's like I can empathize with the customer, but
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
great point. Yeah.
but in reality, I think that being able to shift between scenes in different contexts and learn about a character, try to embody that character, and then put together a performance, whether it's individual or even like more fun with a scene
Yeah.
partner or in a group, I found that to be very exciting and very fun and also very interesting. And then as far as how it might manifest in like my life today,
Yeah.
one, at work, I'm a product manager, and as you say,
Yeah.
product manager. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously stole that from your content, but I found that to be very, very spot on.
Love it.
As a PM, there's a lot of like presenting and talking to people and
Mm,
empathizing with a customer and an end user and all that.
totally.
So I feel like those skills and that experience could apply there. But also in podcasting, some of the classes I took were film acting, so like in front of a camera, and also
Yeah.
I took like voice acting as well, aside from more
Cool.
traditional theater and like stage acting. And
Yeah.
there are some things of just like being aware of how I'm presented on camera and being able to modulate my voice and stuff like that. I can't say that I'm like an expert on any of those, but it definitely, some of that practice and repetition that we did in classes, I feel like carry over. So
Yeah.
that's my general kind of analysis of, how acting might be relevant today and why I find it interesting. But aside from all that, like from rationalizing, I just found it to be very fun and like enjoyable. So yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I definitely think the same thing on like the empathy piece. It really does just kind of help you because in acting, it's like you're diving so deep into a character and like how do they see the world? How do they see the people around them? Where it's like then when you go to talk to the customer, talk to your partner, talk to a friend, whatever, like it's like, oh, I am thinking about like the people in this scene. I'm thinking about how I'm showing up in this scene, my motivation and things like that. It just helps you, yeah, empathize more with like the people around you. It's really, really helpful.
So for improv, I find that to be really awesome as well. Like, what was it that was so unique for you about improv, and maybe even more or comparatively to some of the other types of performance that you've tried out?
Yeah, it was so exciting to me to just be able to walk into a place and just feel like I was fully myself. And not only was that okay, but it was celebrated. Like I call it improv sometimes adult recess because you're kind of just, you're walking out of the playground and there are walls around the playground so that you don't run into the street. Within the walls of the playground, you can do whatever you want. And that's just really, really exciting and really fun. And so to be able to just kind of like show up as yourself and play the different things you want to play, there are a lot of things that like a lot of life skills too that were just so helpful to learn. The whole main concept of like yes and of like saying, you give me this concept and I'm like, yeah, and let's build on that. That's so helpful in day-to-day life and business, whatever. And just listening is so helpful to learn. So for me, it was really helpful and really fun to engage with. And even now when I write, especially the Second City way is kind of using improv to create sketch. So to create the written thing, even when I just write by myself, I'll just talk out loud. I'll improvise
Mhm.
because it's what I was trained to do, I guess. And my neighbors probably think I'm insane, but it is helpful for just like me engaging with like, how do I see this scene? How do I engage with writing this? It's just, yeah, it's just a really fun art form.